Xavier is
Yes,
also a presenter this afternoon for this webinar.
yes, welcome everyone. My name is Xavier de Forceville. My whole name is Xavier Bouquillard de Forceville, Homme Dieu du Tranchant de Liguerolles. This is a very ancient name because my family is directly descendant of the crusaders and the Mary Magdalene lineage. So there was in my family home, and there was a lot of artifacts from all this direct lineage of DNA. And I really become aware of it when I stepped away from France. At the age of 25, went to the other side of the planet, and that's when I had a big perspective and clear vision. Because when I was in France, I was so submerged by it that I didn't even look at it, didn't even see it. But then it all became clear when I was away, and I started meditation and yoga, meditation, and channeling where I was coming from. And I'm really passionate about the history of the journey of equal complementary forces of Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, where they were complementarily teaching together, one supporting and helping each other, and with the ones who were passionate with and resonating with Mary Magdalene would line up in front of her, while the one who were resonating with Yeshua would line up in front of him to receive the teachings. And I feel this complementarity is really bringing the resonance and the amplification of energy that creates miracles. It's the same as when we make music. The guitar string, the masculine power is a very small sound, but when we put it in front of the feminine resonating box, then amplification happen and music starts to happen. So this is what I'm passionate about, discovering, practicing, and transmitting in this life. So that's really what I would love to transmit and share with practices during this pilgrimage. How can we, with the meditation and those practices, amplify this energy and see how it resonates and channel what is coming up for each one of us with these ancient teachings.
Beautiful. Thank you, Xavier. Xavier, I know this is a really key of your offering. It's very key to what you'll be offering on the pilgrimage, as you shared before.
Yes, to me this is very this is a hidden secret that we are here to embody, because it needs to be embodied, because just talking about it is one thing, but the embodiment is the key, because the body has a DNA programming for millions of years of being an animal. And the sexual energy in an animal is not for enlightenment, it's for reproduction. So when someone does not have the education, does not have the practice, most of the sexual energy is, how would I say, is expanded into the animal body for reproduction or for stop reproduction when there is contraception or when there is just entertainment. Yes, what I was sharing is that the practice of the alchemy of this sexual energy is to be able to to create polarity, hold this polarity, and to raise this polarity with techniques and practice, so that this energy, instead of going into animal sexual energy, it goes for reproduction or for entertainment or for pleasure, it goes into enlightenment, which as a side effect is also pleasurable and good. But the aim is not the pleasure. The aim is to be disciplined, to bring this masculine energy into channeling this feminine energy, rising up all the chakras, and then this energy can be reached for enlightenment, because when it fires the pineal gland and the channel of energy, the kundalini energy, start to circulate and be in activity by us, it's like a pump. We start to pump the energy from the bottom chakra, from the animal, from the survival, from the emotions, up into all our channel. Then the torus field of energy starts to be activated, and then our energy starts to be amplified. And then the ka-body, which is what the practice of Yeshua was, the ka-body gets so amplified that consciousness can stay in the body even if the physical body is let go of, which was the practice. And the power of the sexual energy is that the polarity of having a strong masculine man and a very feminine woman, this energy is so strong, the polarity is so strong, that it gives the fuel to be able to accelerate this spread of energy through all the chakras and all the body. Yeah. So that's one small brief explanation.
Yeah.
Good thing about it is that it's delicious. It's good. This is important.
Beautiful.
What
Thank you,
we're
Xavier. Yes. So
yes,
what you mentioned there is also the embodiment. So I'd like to, also share that the journey that we're making in France as we move through the footsteps of love on the path of love. We're following the footsteps of Mary Magdalene. In fact, what we're inviting you into is to embody our spirituality. So that aspect of embodiment is there in our sexual energy too, and our sacred relationships, and what that truly means to be in sacred relationship, which is a holy relationship. So yes, so thank you. It is about one of the keys that we wish to share through this journey is the embodiment of our spirituality and the practices that we'll be offering, in the as part of the journey, which is the body work and movement and breath work and other practices that be led by Xavier to embody the aspects that he's shared with us. So that's an exciting aspect of what we're offering you on the pilgrimage.
yes, it's
And
important because the path of only the spiritual path is an ascetic path, and it's
yes,
not the
no,
Mary Magdalene.
it's the both. It's the as shared in the teachings of Mary Magdalene. It's the human between the divine is the eye of the heart between the divine and the human. And it's that
Yes.
wholeness and oneness that, brings the two into oneness, if you like, into inner union.
Mm-hmm.
That way,
And
yes, it is both.
it is
Um,
the of the body and the spirit. The
and the
body
spirit,
the spirit
yeah,
to amplify, and the spirit helps the body to be healthy. And the body
yeah,
is the vehicle for the soul. So they
yeah,
both need to be. That's the equality. This was the key of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene's teaching compared
teachings,
to other teachings and other paths of spirituality at the time when they were either more only feminine or only masculine or only goal orientated or only this part of the Essene was the equality of everything, which is why this is oneness.
yeah.
So yes,
Thank you, yes,
of the energy in the morphogenetic field and create manifesting powers. So these Essenes and then the Templars and the Cathars were very wealthy because they could create virtually everything would be successful because of these practices. And that was creating jealousy. This is why they were persecuted, because they were lending money, because they were so successful and abundant and happy and in bliss that they were the kings were not, and the Vatican were not in this abundance, were borrowing money from them. And then they were jealous and wanted to kill them instead of repay the money. So this is important to realize that
yeah,
this point in time, we can realize this. And these techniques are actually they are not just spiritual or energical practice. They are actually have been bringing abundance in my life, all my life, and to a lot of my family. The ones in my family who practice it, either consciously or unconsciously, are very abundant. The ones who are not, because some choose not to, if we all have a choice, then it's more like life to life, every day, equality and random things happen to us. But this power of the meditations that we're sharing, combined with the embodiment and the understanding of what we are doing and why we are doing it in love, in the heart, creates virtually a blissful life. It creates abundance in life. It creates energy flows that are beyond the understanding of a normal person who is not practicing those practices. The same as the music gets amplified when the right
yeah,
frequency of the string in front of the box creates an amplification. And if the guitar is out of tune and the practice is not done properly, it either makes no sound or makes a really bad sound. It's the same. So it's very important to practice those. And it's the bridge between the spiritual and the
and
practical. This is why the tantric practice are
yes,
very important.
yeah,
Because
it's
body,
the bridge,
half of
yeah,
the deal is the body. We cannot
mm,
body. Half of the deal is the energy that comes with our sexual energy, to channel it in the proper way, the very proper way, and the very harmonious way, so that we can actually, it's like gardening and planting a seed. We need the dirt and we need the seed. We cannot just have the seed. We need the lotus, but to get the lotus, we need the mud, we need the compost, and this is the equality of the compost and the beauty. Like, without the compost, there is no lotus. And this is the practice. This is a very mature practice. So I feel this is very it's just saying that these practices have created a lot of abundance in my life, in all aspects. I'm not just talking about financial, I'm talking about all aspects of life. So this is really a sharing from the heart to those who are called to, almost ready and want to practice together in the amplification of energy, of doing it together in a group, because in a group we have an amplification of energy as well. Doing it alone is one thing. Doing it, we are going to be about 12 to 14 people. This is very, very powerful to have that many beings focusing on the same intention, doing the same practices. It really amplifies the energy and gets us to a place where it would be much more difficult to do it alone. So I feel that's why it's important to do this pilgrimage together as a group. This is why the Essenes were living in communities, not as hermits, in communities.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Xavier.
You're welcome.
For reminding us of that power of that practice, the power of the energy and the jealousy and fear that was created, is why they were tortured and persecuted.
Yes, and the alchemy, because as a result of this persecution and these jealousies, there has been a denial of the body, a denial of wealth and abundance, saying because it has put us in so much danger and suffering, we say, oh, it's dangerous to be wealthy now. Or there is this denial of abundance. There has been this as a result of the trauma that has been caused by this persecution. But now we are at the time when we can alchemize it. We are like, no, we have tools now. We have the power now to stand for who we are, and it's not a dark age anymore. And now we can have this abundance if we do it the right way. It's okay to have both the body and the spirit, to have both spirituality and abundance. We don't need to live in caves. We don't need to live as ascetics anymore and to be poor again, to be safe. We can, and this is also this is something that is very important to realize, that we are creating something new, something that has not been done before. And because this is how time goes. We go from the past into the present, into what we desire, and we desire to create something that has not been done before, something new that is better than has been done before.
Thank you.